"Mom, we need to talk. It's about the wedding." This was the call. The one where my only son was about to break my heart. I knew it. He knew it. But I let him talk. "Sophia, she doesn't feel comfortable with you there. 27 years I raised him alone. 2 years I bit my tongue through his fiancé's poison. And with 5 words I was erased. She doesn't feel comfortable." He thought I'd be reasonable. He thanked me for understanding. What my son and his perfect bride didn't know was that I'd already started recording. They wanted a perfect wedding without me? Fine. I was about to give them a viral wedding video nobody would ever forget, and by the time I was done, my son would finally see the woman he was marrying for who she really was. This is what happens when you uninvite a mother who has nothing left to lose. And this is only the beginning. If you're watching this, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Let me know where you're tuning in from, Phoenix, the Bronx, or a small town in Ohio. Let me back up and tell you how I, Olivia Chen, a 62-year-old retired high school principal from Fort Worth, Texas, became the most talked about mother-in-law on the internet in 3 days flat. It started Tuesday morning. The phone rang. "Derek, sweetheart, what's wrong?" "Mom, we need to talk." He used that tone he'd perfected since he was 7 years old and about to tell me he'd crashed his bike. "Sophia and I have been discussing the wedding, and well, she's really stressed about everything being perfect. You know how brides get." I knew exactly where this was heading, but I let him dig his own grave. "And the thing is, she doesn't feel comfortable with you there. She thinks your presence might make things awkward." 27 years. I raised this boy alone after his father decided fatherhood wasn't for him. I worked double shifts as a principal and a weekend waitress to pay for his college at UCLA, his first car, the deposit on his apartment in Chicago. I bit my tongue through 2 years of Sophia's passive-aggressive comments about my outdated opinions and my quaint home cooking. "I see," I said calmly, though my knuckles were white around the phone. "And you agree with this decision, Derek?" "Mom, please don't make this harder. It's just one day. We'll have a nice dinner when we get back from the honeymoon." "Of course," I replied. "I understand completely." The relief in his voice was a gut punch. "Really? Thanks, Mom. I knew you'd be reasonable about this." After I hung up, I sat in my kitchen, staring at the wedding invitation on my fridge. The fancy script announced that Sophia Davis and Derek Chen would be exchanging vows at the Malibu Beach Resort this Saturday. The same invitation I'd helped Derek address because Sophia claimed her carpal tunnel was acting up. I took it down, tore it right in half, and tossed it in the trash. Then I opened my laptop and started my research. See, here's what my dear future daughter-in-law didn't know. I might be 62, but I've been in the social media game since she was in middle school. I taught high school for 30 years in Texas. I've dealt with entitled teenagers and their drama since before she was born. Sophia Davis was about to learn that this old dog knew all the new tricks. But first, I needed to make a call. I called my sister Carol at 8 a.m. sharp. Carol's always been the wild card, the one who never met a scheme she didn't love. "Liv, what's wrong? You never call this early unless someone's died." "Not dead," I said, "just disowned. Derek uninvited me from the wedding. Can you believe the audacity? If you have a mother's heart, you're feeling my pain right now." Subscribe now because what comes next is a masterclass in holding people accountable, and you won't want to miss a single update. The plan came together fast. By Saturday, I was at a coffee shop in Santa Monica, you know, the one with the prime outdoor seating, and I saw Sophia meet someone, a tall guy with dark hair. Definitely not my Derek. I raised my phone. What followed was 47 minutes of Sophia Davis being very, very friendly with a man named Robert, who, according to his very public Instagram, had a wife named Brittany and 2 kids in Scottsdale. My sister Carol was all in. "You got it on video?" "I got everything." We did some more reconnaissance. Let's just say we took a scenic drive and ended up outside a condo complex in Venice. Unit 214, every Tuesday and Thursday, like clockwork. Sophia and Robert playing house while my son was picking out china patterns. The wedding day came. Sunny, 75 degrees, a perfect California day. I dressed in a simple navy dress, grabbed my camera, and drove to Malibu. I wasn't a guest. I was a documentarian. I positioned myself on a public bluff. The ceremony was beautiful, Derek looked so happy, but the real show started at the reception. During a slow dance, I saw Sophia slip away with Robert. I followed, and there, 50 yards from where her new husband was laughing with his friends, I filmed Sophia and Robert sharing a kiss that was definitely not a congratulations. "It's done," she said to him. "I told Derek I have a migraine. Your room ready?" "Brittany thinks I'm in Vegas until Sunday." "Perfect. One last celebration before the honeymoon." I want you to remember this feeling, the outrage, the injustice. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? An invitation? I didn't get one either. Hit that button and ring the bell, because the fallout is where it gets really good. I went home, uploaded the footage and created an anonymous profile, Truth in White, a wedding blogger who believed in transparency. I scheduled the post for 7 a.m. right as their flight to Cabo was taking off. By 9 a.m., #Malibu wedding scandal was trending. The video had millions of views. It was a masterpiece. It cut from their wedding vows to the cafe footage, from her saying, "I promise to be faithful," to her laughing about me being clingy and pathetic in the bridal suite. My phone blew up. Derek, Sophia, numbers I didn't know. Then, the knock on the door. It was Brittany, Robert's wife. Her world was shattered. We cried together. She told me she was filing for divorce. Seeing her pain, it solidified everything. This wasn't just about me. This was about truth. Don't be a bystander to injustice. Subscribe. Be part of a community that stands up for what's right. If you don't, maybe you're okay with letting people like Sophia get away with it. Derek showed up at my house looking like he'd been through a war. "The whole resort knew, Mom," he whispered. People were whispering. Someone asked Sophia for an autograph. He looked at me, his eyes begging. "Mom, did you make that video?" I looked at my son, my boy, and I told him the truth. "No, I didn't make that video." It was technically true. Truth in White made the video. The relief on his face was everything. He chose to believe the fairy tale for a little while longer. The truth has a way of coming out, though. Eventually, he saw everything clearly. The affair, the planned move to New York she hadn't told him about, all of it. He filed for an annulment. 6 months later, Derek is back home, in his old room. He's in therapy, reconnecting with friends, and dating a wonderful girl named Emma, who actually appreciates my lasagna. He's healing. As for me, I became Justice Grandma for a hot minute. Talk shows, podcasts. Some people called me a hero, others called me a monster. But let me tell you something, sometimes you have to burn it all down to see the sky again. This is more than just my story, it's a warning. Pay attention to the people in your life. If this story made your stomach churn, you need to be subscribed. We look out for each other here. And for those of you watching who haven't subscribed, I honestly don't get it. Go down to the comments and tell me why. Tell me why you'd consume this story, but not support the channel that brought it to you. Let's hear your excuses. Sophia even called me months later from New York. She said the video destroyed her life but saved it. She's in therapy. She's learning to tell the truth. So, was it worth it? Watching my son's heart break? Becoming a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons? Absolutely. Because the truth doesn't care about your comfort. It just waits for the right moment to be heard. And sometimes it needs a little help from a retired Texas principal with a high-definition camera and nothing left to lose. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own stories down below. Your voice matters. It really